if you are a strength coach online who is doing well, got clients, but you don't quite see it being a full-time gig, then this video is for you. I've been in the industry 15 years and I've seen so many different ways to market a business, both the, let's say easy way, once upon a time, where you just say what you did, now to the more advanced way. And this is what I'm on a mission to help teach people, because you can't nowadays put out a message that says what you do and get leads, because look, you're in a market with tons of other coaches doing the exact same thing, and people need to go through a sequence of being aware of you first of all, but then start to trust you, like you, and eventually buy off you. People are not parting with money the way they used to. So what does this mean, right? It means that you need to up your game and change what you do. But I built my online coaching business while still running my gym, and I took it organically to 10k per month. It was my goal once upon a time to hit that magic number that I thought would change my life. And lo and behold, it didn't. But the reason I support people in actually reaching this is because I am fully aware that when you get to that point, you are working at a whole different level. And when you head for a 10k month, all of a sudden it becomes 15, 20 and onwards. And that's the exact reason why I continue to help people reach that 7 to 12k of the bracket of what I say, to focus on changing how you operate as a person, as a business and everything. Because if you have that mindset and that strategic planning to get to that level, everything changes. Try and look at like there's levels, there's layers, however you want to see it. But you can make up to, let's say, 10k organically very easily. If you're playing small and you're not really structuring things and you're just going day to day ad hoc and not really marketing yourself properly, then yes, it's going to be a struggle. But if you get all these key factors into place, then you can organically reach that type of income for you to continue to grow your business and your profile, your name. But if you want to take it to that next layer and push further, then there are some vital things that you need to do. And I've this week I've been walking every day or going to the gym, because I'm building up to hit a 40-mile walk with 40 kg on my back. I'm doing it for what I think is an amazing cause, because my very good mate passed away in his sleep, unfortunately, a while ago, and he's got 2 children the same age as my children, near enough, and a fiance that he has, sadly left behind. So I'm doing it to raise money for the girls, so they've got a pot of money. They don't need it, they've not asked for it, but it's just something I want to do personally. So I've been out every single day this week working on that, and I've got 10 weeks to build up to that point. And I've refocused, recommitted towards something. But the reason I'm saying that is because this week has, for me, been flipped upside down a little bit. I've changed things. But something I've had to do is focus on the stuff in my business to make sure nothing gets affected. Now, when you look at business structure and the things you do daily, there are certain things that you can do that are going to automate your business, that are going to enable you to continue the normal day-to-day of the business running, but at the same time change the way you actually live. And putting things in place like ManyChat automations to collect leads from your strategy of making people aware of what you do. So you may put content out, it makes people aware of what you do, who you are. They then show interest. We set up a ManyChat, which inside my mentoring, I just give them the access to my template so they can plug and play. And that's the key to working with a mentor, right? But with this system, they are collecting leads because ManyChat works automatically, and it will collect the email, it will send them to a long form video or some value, and then they will be able to continue their day. So ultimately you're collecting leads whilst you're asleep, right? But that is one of the systems that we implement. We've then got the fact that you could quite simply schedule all your content. And again, if you're thinking of taking your business to that next level and working on the level that you need to be at to be able to scale your business, then you should 100% be scheduling your posts. Again, I speak to so many people that are still in that grind of, well, one, not knowing what they're posting daily and thinking of it on the spot, which is not the most creative way to be at all, or effective for your time and energy. But then you have other guys that are, let's say, posting every single day and they have some form of structure, but then they have a few days where they go off track. The best thing you could possibly do is to sit down, think of all your content, figure out what you're going to be talking about, make sure it's aligned with your market, make sure it's helping people and giving value rather than selling. You know, I still see people posting reels or posts or carousels, and it's just talking about them and their services. Now, guys, just remember this, right? People don't want to buy your services. They do not want to buy your services. They want to buy the results that you can provide them. So flip things around. It's about showing what you can do for them, not what you can do for yourself or what you sell. If they want to go and see what's on the market, what's for sale, then they will go to a shop. And that's exactly the same feeling of when you go to let's say a car showroom and there's tons of different cars and you're like, all different prices, all different colours, makes, models, styles and everything. That is that same feeling where I'm choosing something via the price or via the style of car or whatever it is. But they just need to be straight to the point of what can this person do for me and how can they help me. But when you look at the breakdown and how people can, you know, work their content, I have a free system that you can plug and play and learn for yourself in my free Skool community. So just click in the link in the description below and you can go to that. Or if you're on Instagram already, just go to my bio and you'll see it there. But you can plug that into your system and start working on your content step by step, completely for free. But when we look at the other things that you need to do to level up, we've got email automations, we've got the sequence that you take people through. And again, it's something that some people have dabbled into, some people have never heard of. But if you don't have an email list and you are not utilizing even just with one email a week, then you are not leveling up. You are not owning the game and turning pro in business, because this is a huge part of Future Bank. It's building trust with your followers, your audience. It's giving them value. It's staying in front of them. You know, I say this all the time, but it's just like a Tesco van. I mean, the funny thing is here, right? It never used to be a Tesco van because it's a shop. But now, you know what I mean when I say a Tesco van, because Tesco vans are driving around and delivering shopping to people's doors. And when they do that, they drive around a lot, which means you see the vans a lot, which means Tesco's stays in your mind. They would never drive around in a plain van, would they? And that's exactly the reason why. So when you're dropping emails out, even if it's once a week, and if you want my opinion, that should be the base minimum that you do. But you are then staying in their head. You are helping them. You are giving them value. You are giving them a chance to say, you know, reach out and act on whatever it is you've sent them. You might just say, what's your thoughts on this? And you've told them a story, ask them what their thoughts on it, and they're to email back. Or you might send them to a video on YouTube that sends them to a long form video. You may even just say directly, I'm looking for 3 people who want to join my program starting next week. Is anybody interested? Whatever it is. And that brings me on to hand raiser posts. So very simple. But if you are, again, not doing hand raiser posts at least once a week, if not 2 times a week, where you are simply going onto your story on your Instagram or Facebook or socials, because, and the reason I say story is because that is the warmest place, right? It's the place that your warmest of people will be watching, because people like to go behind the scenes and they're actually interested. I'm pretty sure you don't watch a story of anybody's that you're not interested in. So think about it the other way around as well. And all you want to do there is simply put on your story, I'm looking for 3 people who want to join my program. You're giving them an opportunity. There's a lot of people that are what I call low-hanging fruit, they're waiting for the right moment to bite. And if you don't give them that chance, then they won't see that there's opportunities to jump in. So often people are wanting to commit, wanting to move forward, but they just don't feel like they've had that opportunity. And the amount of times I've done that personally, and someone's jumped on board with me and they've said, I've wanted to join you for the last 6 months, I just didn't know how to do it. And it's crazy to think, because what I want to say to them is, are you serious? Did you not think to message? But the reality is, like, people still don't understand how to step forward, how to move forward sometimes. It could be a personal mindset issue, it could be that it just wasn't the right time, or it could be just that they were going to contact you and then they forgot, whatever it is. So again, by putting hand raiser posts out, it's a very, very simple way to just show that you are still available and you're happy to work with people when they're ready. But they're just like a few things that you want to be doing to be able to level up your business, right? Because these, if you're not doing the basics, it's very much like training, right? If you don't have a decent level of cardio, some might argue with this one, by the way, but if you don't have a base level of strength where you're doing, let's say, squat, bench, deadlift and press, then why would you go on to the advanced stuff? And it's exactly the same in business. So if you're not doing those things that I've just mentioned now, then maybe listen to them again and write them down and start doing them in your business. But these are the things that have enabled me to continue that process, consistency, and build the business that I have now. Last year in November 2024, in case this video is watched at a different point, I decided to sell my gym. It was a decision. It was quite a quick decision, to be honest, but I did it simply because I wanted freedom and I wanted to live a life that I could live more on my terms. I felt I was 10 years into business in the gym, and I felt like I had built such a community and, powerful business model that relied on me. So I wanted to break free from that. I changed the name so that it was nothing to do with me. I then sold the gym to a very good mate who I've coached for years, and he's grew up with the gym, and he took control of it. He took the reins, and he's doing an awesome job now and really giving it the passion and drive it deserves. But doing this switch enabled me to work on my terms. I just this month gone now. We've spent a month in Spain, and it wasn't the 100% plan right now. It was more of a plan in a few years, but we ended up buying a house while I was over there, or putting a deposit down anyway. But it enabled me to do things like that because I'm free from the daily grind. I work 3 to 5 hours a day. I work with my best clients that feel like mates because I've attracted the people that I actually truly want to work with. And this is, part of what we teach inside Launch 7, where you're attracting the right people as opposed to just attracting anybody. It's something I call the magnetic offer blueprint, where it's understanding how you put your offer together in a way that people are ascending up the ladder, which I call the access ladder, in a way that they are starting at a place that is getting them some form of result, and they're able to work upwards towards the tier that they need to get to be able to achieve the results that they want to achieve. So for example, it could be that they are, so for mine, we have the 28-day content creation machine, which I have of a free value piece that I give away. So if you wanted to join that or the content strength system, then again, the link is in the description, just jump into it. But that gives you the ability to change your whole marketing game and start to own your marketing for your audience and attract the right people. And that is completely free. So again, if you haven't already, go to it. You'd be stupid not to. But from there, the whole idea of that is that I then want to attract the right people in to jump onto my 8-week accelerator, which is working with me for 8 weeks one-to-one to take the next 2K income for you and to implement the systems and structures that we teach inside Launch 7. And the whole idea of that is it's a sprint. It's an 8-week accelerator to really like radically change your mind, your attack, and everything you do within your business. And like I say, people hit at least 2K income in that period of time. Now, the really interesting and funny part here is 2K is not going to change your life. But the point is there, you're already up on your investment, because as it stands right now, it's only £800. But don't quote me, it might change by the time you get to it. So for £800, people are swapping £800 for £2,000. So they're already £1,200 up. But the really important part here is that they have completely changed the way they think, the way they operate, the systems they have, and everything. So by that point at there, you can leave and say thank you, shake my hand and say great doing business with you. Or you can continue with me for the next 12 months to build your business up to the 7 to 12K months that I work with people. And the reason I do this is because, look, I don't want to work with people that play small. If you're not already doing the things that I mentioned at the start of the video, then you're playing small. You're using your excuses over your ability to change. We can all make excuses why, and the shitty things that people say that the industry's broke. I had a call with someone about 6 months ago now, because I've not done sales calls for quite a while, but I had a call with someone 6 months ago that said to me that he said he's tried everything and nothing works. Crazy. He then also said that the industry is, I'm trying to think of his terminology now, but it's poisoned, something along the lines of that. And it is crazy to think this, right? I went onto his bio. He's a coach. He's a coach, and he says that the industry is screwed. Madness. But again, people are allowing the noise. They're allowing the pressure. They're allowing the outside mess, let's say, that some people are in, to affect them. Now, if somebody tells you that something is ruined and something is it's not working properly, it's not the way it used to be, and you're unable to do it, that is not true. That is not the way that you need to then continue your thoughts. You should own your position, understand what you're doing, and continue pushing forward. And that is the whole point of development, right? Whether it be personal development or business development, whatever it is. But we all have the ability to continue moving forward and adjusting what we do. It has never, for a second or a day, been a thought of mine to come out of the industry because of the way it's going. I find it very... I find it such a very driven place to be, to find the solution to the problem that people are having. And that's exactly why I do what I do. I've found a way around things, and that's why I teach a flywheel instead of a funnel. And a lot of people were struggling, and I was, with the typical old school way of getting leads, which is how you get, you build a funnel and you get people into the top of your funnel, they go through your funnel and they drop down to the bottom and they either buy off you or they don't buy off you, or they become dead leads. Well, I'm now working on something that's called a flywheel, which is ultimately it goes round, they can't stop. They will always see your content, they will always know who you are, they will always be shown your content because of the tweaks and stuff that we do. And the whole idea of that is that they can't get out. And we don't sell things to people, very much like I said at the start of the call. My arm's aching, that's why I keep changing size. But very much like I said at the start of the call, we don't sell to people. We are there when people want to buy. There's a difference. You give people value, you help people, you move them along on their journey, give them free stuff, and get in front of the right people, which is one of the most important parts, which I struggled with for some time a while ago. But when you do this process and you have a flywheel in place, you will be there when they are ready. And that's the whole point of it. So it's really about building that business model. And that's exactly what we do inside Launch 7. So look, if you are a online coach that is starting off and has not yet hit the 5 to 7k months, then do the basics, the stuff that I said earlier on. Re-watch them, write them down, make sure you're doing them. If you haven't got a statement in your bio on Instagram or whatever you're using that says exactly who you are and who you help, then again, you're leaving money on the table. There's lots of things that you can be doing. So tighten up all these things and get yourself onto the content strength system, which is in the description below, or message me and I'll send it to you. But if you get yourself onto that and you start to build your content, and then you feel like you're ready to actually earn 7 to 12k months with exactly how I do it, 3 to 5 hours a day, then drop me the number 69 on Instagram and I'll send over the information so we can look at moving you forward. And like I say, I've never said this publicly before, and whenever you watch this video, it may be the same, or it may have changed by then. But it is £800. That is all to join my 8-week accelerator. And you work one-to-one with me. We build all the systems, and you will earn £2,000 minimum. One of the guys, Gary, yesterday just reported, and he's 6 weeks in, that he's hit 5,200. Trying to think then, because he said it was 4.5, and then he messaged me afterwards saying he took another £700 on. So it's 5,200. Quick maths. But he is 6 weeks in, and that's what he's on, because he has absolutely took control of his life, his business, and everything else. So I'm just heading into home now, and done a little walk this morning at 6 a.m. and now I'm going to get back into some work, 3 hours of work, and then I've actually got to take the boy to football. Promised Dad take him over the park today after lunch. So guys, I hope that you found that insightful and helpful on what you're doing. I've done a raw video today because the week's been so crazy, but hope you enjoyed it. I have. It's been smashing, and I'll see you soon.